Yo, welcome to Wiz Loves Cars, and today we're going to be reviewing the roof and rear sunshade set from Lectron, so stay tuned. So first off, shout out to Lectron for sending me this sunshade, and it's compatible with a Tesla Model 3, which I have a 2022 Model 3 that I'm excited to try this out in. And just for disclaimer purposes, Lectron is not paying me for this video, and I'm just gonna really give this an honest review. So I've literally been in the market for a sunshade or something to help counteract the heat while I'm sitting in the Model 3, or if it's sitting outside and it makes it a little less hot. I've even contemplated getting my windows tinted or even getting that glass roof tinted as well. So this actually came at the right time for me. And you know what? We'll just get into the review. All right, so after taking this out the Amazon box, it comes in a really nice carrying case. It's pretty lightweight, pretty compact, and you can use that to put it in your trunk or store it in your garage or in your house somewhere when you're not using the sunshades. Now, inside that carrying bag, what you'll find is two sunshades, one for the front glass in your Tesla Model 3 and also one for the rear glass in your Tesla Model 3. So you'll have both of those. You'll also have this fabric that's going to be there as well. So this is going to be a double layer light blocking fabric that you'll find in there. I'll just hold that up real quick. So yeah, this is everything that's going to be in the bag. Additionally, you're going to have some clips that are going to be in there as well. And the clips are going to be there to hook the fabric to the sunshade, and that'll secure that to the roof in the Model 3. So the installation on this was honestly fairly simple. I have my doubts at first, but you know, in case you do have your doubts, there's also a little instruction set here as well. So there's a 6-step instruction. So essentially all you have to do is open the silver cloth and lay it on the sunshade net, hook the silver cloth, elastic band in the corners, etc. Right? So I'll actually walk through some of that as well so you can see it. So it's honestly pretty simple 6-step process that I think anyone can install this. Now, big disclaimer, once you pull the sunshades out, they're gonna be folded, but keep in mind they are huge. And once you unfold those and they pop out, they make this nice little pop, they're gonna be super big, right? So just be mindful of that, and I wouldn't try to open them in a car. I would try to open them maybe in your garage or someplace where you have some space before you start the install process, or before you start assembling it, I would say. So first things first, what you need to do is take the sunshades out, pop them open, take the fabric out, lay the fabric on top, and after you lay the fabric on top, the fabric has these little elastic bands that you can use to secure them to the actual sunshade. Once you've secured those to the sunshade, that's where the clips come in. So you'll have to take those clips and then you secure the clips to the sunshade and the fabric to make sure they're essentially one unit, and you're good to go. Now you're ready to actually install this in your vehicle. The first sunshade that I wanted to install was the one in the front. So I sat in the car and I was, okay, real quick. It's kind of hard to, I wouldn't say it's hard to get it in the car, but they're kind of big once they're folded out and a little weird to handle, right? And especially since the day was windy, it was almost like it was like a kite. So definitely don't want that. But when I was putting it into the car, flipping it around, making sure you have it the right way, and then putting it up into the actual ceiling. So when I was installing the first one, you want to make sure that the clips are oriented the right way. I think I placed them the wrong way at first, so I had to go back and redo those and then clip it in. But once you do that, they pretty much just clip right in, and it's super easy, super simple. And the thing that was a little weird to me, so as a part of the instruction set, Lectron says that you should tuck the elastic bands in that you use to clip the fabric onto the sunshade. I personally didn't do that. I'm not going for coolness or style points or anything like that with this. So I rather use it as something that's more practical, but I kind of found it hard to do that once it was already embedded into the sunscreen. And what I found is that it is pliable, right? And it is flexible, so you can always pop them out and move them around and things like that. But I just didn't do it. For me, I didn't think it was worth the extra effort, and it didn't really make a big difference. As long as it kept the car cool, that was fine. Now, moving on to the rear sunshade. So that's going to be the bigger of the two sunshades. That sunshade is going to take up a majority of the, I would say, the upper glass and then some of the rear window that you'll have. But the good thing about this is Lectron actually designed this really well in that it doesn't obstruct your view. So if I were to sit there and I were to look in the rearview mirror, I still have a good field of view behind me to see traffic, or if I was backing up or anything like that. Mind you, I still have the cameras and things like that, but you definitely don't want to have something that's going to obstruct your field of view while you're driving. So that did a good job of not doing that. So that was good. Now, the clips for the rear sunshade are going to hook in on three sides. So you're going to have a rear passenger and the rear driver side passenger doors in the back of your car. Those are going to hook there. And then there's also the dome lights that are going to be up there that the front part of that sunshade is going to hook into. Now, there's nowhere to hook the back piece because it's all going on glass. So essentially it just kind of hangs, and it's not terrible looking to me. Again, I'm going for practicality here and not style points. And the thing is, once you get outside the vehicle and you take a look at it, it looks kind of weird because you can still see that fabric that's there, right? If your windows are tinted, I guess, and they're pretty dark, you probably won't even notice it. But for me, it's just kind of a weird silver strip that's in your vehicle that you can see. Even if the silver strip wasn't there with the fabric and it was just like the black sunshade, you would still see it. It's just kind of weird, and it just kind of hangs there. It's not bad, I would say, but just something to be mindful of if that's something that you care about. But overall, install was a breeze. It was pretty simple, and it makes the car a little darker as well because it's blocking that light coming in. So think about like blackout curtains, but like for the inside of your vehicle, but on the roof. So while you're driving, you're gonna notice it's a little darker in the vehicle. It does its job. My car was actually sitting out in the sun today, all day, because I'm pretty much working from home, and it wasn't as hot as it normally is during the day, especially since the sun kind of just beams down on the car. Granted, the heat is still coming in through the windshield because that's not covered or that's not tinted, so it's still hot. It was still 80 degrees in the car, but typically what will happen is my car will be maybe 90 or 100 degrees inside when it's sitting out in the driveway if I did nothing and had nothing covered or anything like that. So I think that while the sun kind of got to the midpoint in the sky, it made it a little bit better and it reduced the heat. And also I didn't feel any of the heat radiating on top of my head. And I sweat pretty easily. I'm a sweater, and I felt fine today getting in the car when I was just moving it and driving it around the neighborhood. So that was good for me, right? I didn't have like this immense heat just kind of popping down on my head. So I think this is dope. So I would say that I think this is a pretty good device addition to your vehicle that is removable and you're not stuck with it. I think that this is going to be good for folks that live in some of those hotter climates, and especially some of those desert areas. I know they get super hot in cars as well. So I think that if you're in the market for a sunshade and you own a Model 3, I would definitely check out Lectron because I think they have a good viable option. I'm pretty sure there's other places that you can look at as well too, but I'm speaking specifically about Lectron today. And if you would like to purchase one of these sunshades or view the website and check out the sunshade and see if it's going to be right for you, I have included a link below in the description, so go ahead and check that out. And you know, if you feel compelled, make a purchase. Other than that, thanks for watching this review.